It's fascinating what an intelligent English woman maybe was
They say Alphonse gave her a pair of shoes with the soles absolutely covered in
she said
dye.
nothing, simply threw her lobster straight in his face.
She rides like a jock and uses her whip like one, too.
Gentlemen, I give you a toast to our absent hostess, Cora Pearl.
Why does she give such an incredible dinner and not be present at it? I mean, what does she get out of that?
Well, she hasn't made everyone talk about her, Kirsten. Ah, here is the meat course we were promised.
I can manage it.
Who are you when you're at home?
My name is Wilfred Blunt.
That's the virtue of innocence. Oh, I can't agree with you there. Innocence is all very well in theory, but in practice it's nothing but lies. You have to keep telling the wretched girl that you love her.
I can't really see you doing that.
Take it from me. Virgins are more trouble than they're worth.
You're dead wrong. They're cheap, they're clean.
What makes you think they're cheap?
I must say, I'm inclined to agree with you, Grenville. I got my aunt under nursemaid in the family way last season, and there was the devil to pay.
Oh, Blunt, you're not drinking. Harry, we're not looking after the newest member of Her Majesty's Embassy.
No, well, I did have enough at dinner.
Quite an amusing evening, don't you think? And how does Paris society compare with Madrid?
There's no comparison at all.
Well, you know what we mean, Blunt. The women are Spanish women as hot-blooded as they say.
Well, I don't know.
You don't know? You were appointed to Madrid for a year, weren't you?
Yes, almost a year.
And you went without a woman for a year?
Well, no. No, I didn't know any women in the sense that you mean.
Oh, hang on, Casteres. Perhaps Blunt had other interests.
You're drunk, Grenville. I'd make you answer for that.
Mr. Blunt, will you dance with me?
You went too far, Tom.
Oh, I say if a man looks effeminate, he is effeminate. That's what I say.
Listen, I'm sorry I made you choke.
Oh, don't be. I was feeling rather embarrassed, a bit of a prig. You simply turned it into something very funny.
Then you were having a bit of trouble from those young men at the embassy, weren't you?
How did you know that?
I saw their faces. And then yours. You in the embassy too?
Yes, I was appointed 3 weeks ago.
Look, you must mind them. When they've had a bit to drink, they boast like all young swells. It's... You're not like them, are you?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you're a bit of a knob, but you're not a snob, are you?
Well, they say everybody's a snob about something.
Oh, that puts me in my place.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's all right. Let me think. You're right.
Well, what are you a snob about?
Horses. I'm a raging, bleeding snob about horses.
Oh, but you should be. I've seen you ride.
Oh, you have you? When was that?
Every day for the last week.
What else do you know about me?
Nothing. Except I'm in love with you.
Oh. You just think you are.
I've never seen a woman ride with such graceful courage. I fell in love with you then.
Is that all you know about me?
Well, I've spoken of you to no one. I knew that one day we should meet and I'd find out for myself.
Now it's my turn. Only I'm not going to ask you questions, I'm going to guess. Let me see. You're 23. You were brought up a Catholic.
Yes.
And And I think your mother died when you were very young.
Good God.
Bullseye? And I think you're some kind of artist. A painter, that's it.
No, you're wrong. Well, no, I do write poetry sometimes.
Well, that's not bad, admit it.
You've left out what's most important.
That your name is Wilfred Blunt.
What's your name?
Skittles.
No, your real name.
Catherine. Catherine Walters.
Catherine? Catherine, I love you and you make me laugh. Isn't that a marvellous combination?
I'm glad I make you laugh.
Well, you do that to everyone, though, don't you? And I noticed even that sad-looking old man that you were sitting next to at dinner. Well, every time you spoke to him, his face lit up as if the sun had come out. Is he your father?
No. No, he's not.
It's time to go.
Mr. Blunt, Monsieur Fool.
Ah, Monsieur Fool, what an admirable speech of yours I read this evening. No British Conservative could have put it better. Did you read it, Blunt?
Well, I am not a Conservative, Lord Hubert.
Tut, man. No member of my staff is supposed to have political opinions, let alone voice them. Madame, forgive me. How kind of you to bestow your inimitable attentions upon yet another of my young men.
No kinder than you are, Lord Hubert. I can't say fairer than that. Good night, Mr. Blunt.
Come, Catherine. Good night, monsieur.
I congratulate you on having monopolized the prettiest little horsebreaker in the room.
Who is Monsieur Fool?
Minister of Finance, one of the chief advisors to His Imperial Majesty. He's old, and they say his health is poor, but Napoleon continues to rely on him, as of course to... But I'm sure she told you that.
Why, I didn't ask her.
Ah. She is under the protection of Monsieur Fool, which is certainly not bad for him at his age. But then, of course, he's rich. He'd have to be rich.
What do you mean?
My dear young man, one cannot afford a rising young courtesan without money. They cost a very great deal of money. These horizontales, as the French have it, such an expressive phrase, don't you think, have become the most expensive luxury money can buy. Little Skittles has been the rage, both in London and in Paris. They say the Duke of Devonshire paid £2,000 a year for life to get her off his son's back. Or perhaps to get her off her back for his son would be a more accurate description.
I can't believe that.
My dear boy, you must.
Why must? I mean, she's so utterly unlike any of the other women here. Why must?
Because she's out of your class. A young man in your position cannot afford her. And because she's mistress to one of the most powerful men in France.
Well, that is what I find so impossible to believe, that she could be in love with that old man.
Who said anything about love, my dear boy? Who said anything about love?
Madame? It is 7:30.
Oh. Is it a fine morning for you, lad?
Oh, beautiful day, Madame. Oh. Monsieur Fool has asked me to say that he will breakfast with you. Oh. Entrez!
You look charming. The only woman I've ever known who can wear yellow in the mornings.
I didn't hear you leave.
Oh, you were very fast asleep.
Did you sleep badly again? Poor Achille.
Oh, it's not important. One does not expect to sleep like a child at my age. Don't look so anxious. You have made me sleep better than for years. I would like some coffee. I was speaking to the Duc de Mornay last night. He says the Emperor has expressed a desire to meet you.
Are you pleased?
Certainly. It will be good for your reputation.
Will the Empress be there?
No, she does not attend such parties. Eat your breakfast.
Oh, I've told them again and again I don't want breakfast. What are these for?
to thank you for last night.
Oh, Achille, you are sweet to me. What's that? Crikey!
Perhaps I pretend it is your birthday as well. We are very forgetful of birthdays in France.
They're whoppers! I want to have my breakfast in them. Oh, Achille, you are good to me. You're so kind. You're so good. Thank you ever so much.
Thank me in French. It would be good practice.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Very good. You see, you can speak French if you try.
I'll try, but everybody speaks it so fast I can only say dull things in it. I like to make people laugh.
You are most amusing. And you know it.
Yeah, but I like people to laugh because of what I've said, not how I've said it. That's why I like those young men from the British Embassy. I can have a larky time with them.
Oh, they have no money. There are other Englishmen who will be more useful to your future. You would do well to study our hostess of last night.
Ah, catch me dancing down a table dressed in nothing but parsley. Cora Pearl is nothing but a vulgar tart.
Catherine, this society is ruthless. There are few rules for men, but none for women of your kind. You're under my protection now, but already I'm an old man. My health is not so good. So, always think. Put away your feeling. I've spent enough time in your arms, and you are not in love with me to know the dangerous warmth of your heart. Oh, Catherine, a woman in your position must absolutely never fall in love. It could ruin you, since you might gain nothing but passion in return.
I've never been in love, Achille, never. You don't want to get rid of me yet, do you?
No. I want to prepare you, my little Catherine. It is because you are so young you do not believe me. It is of when you are less young I want you to think.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling older and gloomier every minute. I'll be crying my eyes out in the bois at this rate.
No, you will not, because your next present is waiting for you there.
A horse? Oh, Achille, you bought me another horse. Don't tell me, let me guess. Irish? Bright bay, black points, 16 hands, and a white blaze on his forehead.
Who has told you?
It's precious! Oh, Achille! Oh, you're a darling. Oh, now it feels like my birthday. Oh. I'll ride Persian and you can come and watch me. I'll have oysters for lunch and you can drink me health. Then I'll go shopping, a present for you as well. And I'll have champagne in my bath.
Huh?
To drink, not to lie, and don't look like that. And I'll wear my beautiful pearls for the opera this evening and I'll jam-pack the day. Only I warn you, Achille, I'll still stay 24.
Madame?
Your mistress wishes to be dressed. She will wear the velvet habit this morning.
These were delivered by a young gentleman.
Oh.
Shall I draw your bath, madame?
No. I'll have it this evening.
And for tonight, the black taffeta with the Spanish lace. It will set off your pearls. Who sent you the roses?
One of the young Englishmen.
Ah, yes.
The one I was talking to last night.
He is in love with you.
He says so.
Oh, he is original.
He's not like the others. He seems lost. He's so innocent. God. I don't know what to do with him. I don't think he's ever known a woman. He's not my kind.
And you would like to teach him, huh?
I couldn't. He's in love with me. If I was to spend a night with him, treat him like other men, it'd just make him more unhappy. Get miserable, disillusioned. He'd end up hating me. I couldn't bear that. It'd be so painful for him.
Ah, yes, for him. And more than one night with someone so green, so inexperienced, so intensely romantic would prove boring to you. It would be merely dull.
Oh, he's not dull. He's very intelligent. So I've been told.
It is quite remarkable how many good-looking young men are called intelligent. I must go.
thought you were coming to see me on Perseus.
No, I have a meeting with the National Assembly. But I will come to the Bois to collect you.
Peter, I was crouching peacefully in a commode.
Madame, Monsieur, supper is served.
Ah, shall we go into supper?
Oh, I don't know about you, gentlemen. But stories makes me thirsty. Oh. Oh, that was good of you, Mr. Blunt.
I believe I have to congratulate you.
Upon what, Mr. Grenville?
Your latest conquest.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
No, don't. Grenville, for God's sake.
Oh, I'm sorry. Perhaps it's the other way round, but from the way in which Blunt speaks
How
of you,
dare
it might be
you.
forgivable. All right, there are some things a man doesn't say, Blunt. Unless, of course, your man...
Gentlemen! Damned if I'll stand for any more of this childish, bloody nonsense. Remember where you are. You're supposed to be English gentlemen, representing Her Majesty's government in a foreign country. I'll assume Mr. Grenville's drunk, so take him away. He's no right to be here in that condition. I'm warning you, if you don't cart him off, I'll send for Lord Hubert and there'll be hell to pay.
And what about Blunt? Surely
I'll
you're not...
deal with Mr. Blunt. Go on. And don't let me catch you turning this drivelling bit of drunken malice into some death and honour at dawn folly. Go on, be off with you. Well? What have you got to say for yourself?
Don't be angry
What
with
did
me.
you say to him?
Well, they were talking
You must have
about...
said something.
It's not fit for you. I can't.
I'd rather the truth, whatever its colour. Go on.
They were talking about you, and they said that you were a whore. Horizontal, someone that would lie on their back for anyone that could afford them.
What did you say to that?
I told them it was a damn lie, that I knew what you were like, and that you wouldn't go to bed with any man that you didn't love. But Catherine, I didn't pretend that I'd made a conquest of you. I beg you to believe that.
I believe you of it. Now, you must believe me.
I love you.
No. Now, listen. Quite right. Nearly right. I do sell myself to some people.
Not for choice.
For choice. I chose my profession. It didn't choose me. I'm not going to pretend even to please you. They were wrong about one thing, though. I've never been to bed with a man I didn't like.
Catherine, may I ask you one thing?
Ask.
Have you ever been in love?
No. I've never been in love.
Oh, but my dear, my darling Catherine, I know one thing more than you.
With me, Achille. Well, it's an infatuation.
Extraordinary.
It won't last. I just want...
Catherine, all those young men are in love with me.
Oh.
What is it you want?
One night. That's all I need. Just one night.
One night. In order to make him more unhappy, more disillusioned, and so on? So that he may end up hating you?
You don't understand. I could have simply... I needn't have told you.
Catherine. It is the key to an apartment. The address is engraved upon it. You may have 3 days.
3?
The Emperor wishes to see you on Thursday. You have until then.
Oh, do understand.
Yes. Yes, I understand. Catherine. Never mind. But remember that you have a head. Do so.
This is to be our home.
Catherine. Catherine, I don't... I've never... Catherine, you make me feel so...
Go.
Well, like the best person in the world.
Oh. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's a lovely thing to do with someone.
It's the most amazing, beautiful thing to do in the world. But only with you, Catherine. Only with you.
Oh.
Catherine.
Here I am. Oh. Oh. Never been in love before. Oh.
Oh, God, you smell so sweet. Like some white flower I can't remember. Gardenia, that's it. And from now onwards, whenever I smell them, I shall think of you. No, I've never been in love. You're my first as well as my only love, Catherine.
Oh.
Catherine?
Now what is it?
I think I'm beginning to want you again.
Then it's time. For us to have supper.
Oh, Catherine, I was in such despair tonight. I thought, I cannot bear to go on meeting her. Seeing her only with crowds of people, having to share what little I could ever have of her. And then I thought, I'll go. I'll leave. It's just useless to love her. And just as I was wishing that I could die, there you were, like magic.
I was lucky to find you.
What made you change your mind so suddenly, so completely?
I wanted to. You looked as though you needed to be loved. You're happier now, aren't you?
Oh, more than I've ever been in my life. Probably more than I shall ever be again.
Don't think about that. Enjoy now.
Well, how long is now? How much time have we got?
Enough time.
More than tonight.
More than that. Don't be so anxious.
Is there enough time for you to fall in love with me? I know that because I love you. Oh, Catherine, not all your warmth, your tenderness, nor all your natural gifts could blind me. Nor my own ignorance of making love. I know you don't love me.
I do like.
Do you?
I am attracted to you.
Are you, my darling?
And I want to know all about you.
You're trying to deflect me. It won't work. It won't work. I want to know about you. I want to know every single last thing about you.
Let's go to bed.
I'll carry you. I can make you love me. We can spend the rest of our lives together.
Oh, no.
Your beautiful hair.
By George.
Oh, Catherine.
What hair? What hair? What hair?
Close to you. Keep you safe always. Hold you in my arms.
A pocket Venus, a pocket Venus, a pocket Venus.
What a kiss you. Kiss your eyes. Your mouth.
Let me kiss you, kiss you, let me kiss you, kiss you, let me kiss you, kiss you, kiss you.
Oh, Catherine. Catherine? Catherine, what is it?
Nothing, it's nothing.
I woke and you weren't there. Have I offended you?
Of course you haven't.
Oh, but something has happened, hasn't it? You must tell me, Catherine. I love you so much more now. And last night...
Yes?
Well, I began to hope that perhaps you were beginning to fall in love with me.
I'm crackers about you, my child. That's the honest truth.
Thank you for coming to see me, Dr. Pino.
Monsieur.
Duval, Dr. Pino is leaving.
I can see myself out. I've been here many times before. Good day to you, monsieur.
Good day. Oh, my God, Duval, these doctors.
He prescribed something for you, sir?
Simply that I should be utterly bored. It's like me saying to the Emperor, Your Majesty is short of money, then do not spend any. It is amazing how one can become so distinguished and successful simply by giving advice of this nature. Is the dressmaker here?
I've given her your instructions. She is waiting.
Take her inside. Duval, bring me a cognac. With a little water.
All perfectly understood, monsieur. The taffeta café au lait and the black lace, to be delivered on Thursday evening.
That is 2 days from now.
Oh, it can be accomplished. Madame has such a beautiful figure. There is no difficulty. It is always a pleasure to make dresses for Madame, and the taste of Monsieur ensures perfection. The apparent simplicity, the elegance Monsieur insists upon, the...
Thank you, Madame.
And the fitting? Madame will come for the fitting tomorrow afternoon, as usual.
Sorry, there will be no fitting.
No fitting?
We will trust to the excellence of your art.
Oh, but I always make the fitting with Madame.
Madame, it will not be possible.
Oh, then I will stay the evening that I deliver to see that all is...
No, Madame Bonnier. You will simply have the dress delivered. Madame is away. I'm not sure of the hour of her return.
I would wait, Monsieur, for such a client.
The dress is to be a surprise. Oh. Thank you, Madame. That will do.
A surprise. Now I understand. Goodbye, Monsieur.
So, after my mother died, that was how I was brought up. Half a severe boarding school and half great country house.
Funny mixture.
Yes, it was. There were the Jesuits telling me the world did not matter very much. My aunt telling me it did.
It must have made you a bit confused about women.
Women? Oh, it made me desperate about them. And I longed to be in love, but, well, I thought it would be wicked.
No, you are. And it isn't, is it, my darling?
It's perfect. And now I know you love me back. Tell me about your upbringing.
Me? I wasn't brought up. I just grew.
And what did you do?
I worked in a public house.
Now, what did you do as a child?
I told you I worked in a public house in Liverpool. The livery stables, little places. Anywhere to get away.
From where? Home?
On the street. Especially on Saturday nights. That was when the men got drunk, beat up the women. I took to staying on at the stables on Saturdays. I used to pinch a handful of oats and climb up in the hayloft and eat them. In the winter, I used to slip down and climb on the back of the old grey pony they used for carting out the muck. I'd lean forward, put my arms around his neck, sleep. Keep warmer like that.
And didn't your mother come to look for you?
My mother never looked for me.
It's all right. You've got me now. I'll always look for you. Is that where they taught you to ride?
Nobody taught me to ride. I just watched. And it's like you said about your poems, no one teaching you to write them. It's like that with anything important, isn't it?
I don't know, perhaps. Well, you've taught me a lot in the last 2 days and nights.
Oh. It's nothing. It's just I've had more practice.
Why say that?
It's true, isn't it?
Catherine, you must know I can't bear to think of you in the arms of other men.
But that was different, Wilfred. That was my living. I didn't love them.
And Lord Hartington, did you not love him?
I was fond of him. Flattered.
You wouldn't have married him.
I might have.
They say the family paid you £2,000 a year to go away. Is that true?
They were very generous.
Oh, so you would do anything for money? Marry without love or be paid off? All your life you thought of nothing else but money. And why else would you be with that old, ugly man who can have nothing else but money to offer you?
Don't you speak of him like that. Achille Fool's been very kind to me. Yeah, it's all very well for you. You've always had money. You can afford to be high and mighty about it. I've been with all those men because I'm a whore. It's my profession. It's the only way I could have made a decent living born as I was. If I'd stayed at home on our street, I'd be an old woman by now, at 24. If I hadn't died in childbirth. Only good for beating up on Saturday nights, or I'd have become one of the local drabs hardly worth a penny for the gin. There's plenty of people in your class married without love for the money and the position, and with a lot less cause, so you've no call to be self-righteous and smug. You knew what I was when you met me. People like me aren't supposed to fall in love. It's against the rules. Now I'm trapped. I'm trapped.
And finally, I must once more make clear to you the unanimous conviction of the banks of France that to place our country upon a gold standard would merely create chaos. The banking houses do not want it. And any attempt at legislation so utterly against their approval would result in a crisis of confidence. A crisis. Read that last sentence to me, would you, Duval?
The banking houses do not want it, and any attempt at legislation so utterly against their approval would result in a crisis of confidence.
It's such a crisis of confidence as to jeopardize France's position vis-à-vis trade and international transactions of any kind. That will do. Make a copy, of course. I will sign it.
Will that be all, sir?
That is enough for tonight. What time is it?
Just after midnight, sir.
Tell the servants to lock up. They may go to bed.
Yes, sir. The refreshments are waiting for you on the table, sir.
Good night, Duval.
Good night, sir.
Catherine. Catherine. Catherine, wake up. Catherine. Catherine, wake up. Oh, it's a bad dream. It's a nightmare.
Oh, save me, don't.
Nobody shall hurt you. You're with me. I love you. Oh, dear little Catherine.
Oh, it's so dark.
Wait, I'll put the light. It's all right.
Oh.
There now. Come, sit up. Sit up. Come on. Come on. Now tell me your bad dream and you'll feel much better.
Oh, I was so frightened.
Oh, what, darling? Tell me, what frightened you so much?
It was... I was right back where I started. I didn't have no proper clothes. They were all laughing at me. Oh, I can't remember.
It's all over. You're with me now.
No, I am.
No, always.
Wilfred. Yes. Wilfred. Shall we always be friends?
For the rest of our lives.
Oh, my darling Wolf. Oh.
Catherine, I want you to marry me.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
No, listen, Catherine, we shall be married and we'll be wonderfully happy.
They won't let you stay in the Foreign Office.
Then
if
I
you
shall
marry
just have to leave the Foreign
It will
Office.
ruin your career.
Then I'll start another
What
career.
about your family, your aunt?
Oh, I
Lady
don't give a hang about my career, my family, about anything compared to you. I want to marry you, look after you, protect you. It doesn't matter if we haven't any money. I could write poetry. I could probably write other things. We could live in the country very quietly. Oh, Catherine would be so happy. Wouldn't matter if we didn't have any money. I mean, it didn't matter if we hadn't got a bean. All you have to do is to trust me and love me. If I love you.
Oh, I love you. I have to go. I could only I would have stayed with you always, but we could not be married, as you are a gentleman and I am a whore. I will always be your friend.
Good evening.
Madame Bonnier.
Good evening. Oh, how exquisite. Good evening, monsieur. You will understand, of course, monsieur, that it was with the utmost difficulty I have created this dress. No time, no fitting. Oh, it was not possible to foresee how the lace will fall until it is on the shoulders.
That is understood.
I can accept no responsibility, you understand, monsieur, for work that has to be carried out in this manner.
You've done extremely well, Madame Bonnier. I congratulate you. Monsieur. That will be all. Duval?
And what shall I do, monsieur?
You may draw your mistress a bath.
3 days. I'm not late.
No.
I've been riding Perseus. Rode him all day. Miles and bloody miles.
Without a habit?
Without a saddle either. Best way to get to know a horse.
It is time to prepare your toilette. For the Emperor.
What am I to wear?
I had a dress made for you.
Oh, God.
And what is this game? That is your name.
Skittles, Your Majesty.
And how do you play it?
Well, you set up 9 pins in a pattern, you see, and then you try to knock them all down with one ball. If you're good, you knock them all down with one shot.
You must show me. After supper. Ah, Monsieur de Camilly.
How the hell do I show him?
You must be so exhausted teaching people, or should I say, initiating them into your various skills.
Ah, but then I never even attempt to teach an old dog new tricks, Lord Hugh.
Catherine, shall we go to supper?
All we need is our little matador to complete the scene.
Not so easy, huh?
Well, it's more difficult without the proper Skittles.
Show me.
Amazing! Amazing! One shot, amazing!
Oh, it is amazing what you can do with one shot, Your Highness. Lord Hartington, one day, out on a pheasant shoot, is reputed to have shot a retriever, the retriever's owner, and his own chef who just happened to be in the line of fire.
What a bag! What a day!
Oh, no, Your Highness, but he missed the bloody pheasant.
Most amusing. And what else can you tell us, little Skittles?
Oh, 3 gentlemen were trying to beat each other about what was savoir-faire. That's all the French there is in this story, Your Highness, so excuse me accent. Anyway, the first one says, if I came upon my wife making love to another man and I simply shut the door upon them and went away without saying a word, that would be savoir-faire. The second one says, no, if I came upon my wife making love to another man and I said, excuse me, pray continue, that would be savoir-faire. The third one said,
Catherine.
Monsieur.
Catherine, darling.
the third said, you're both wrong. If I came upon my wife making love to another man and I said, excuse me, pray continue, and he could continue, that, in my opinion, would be savoir-faire.
That will do, Violette.
Sir. Good night, madame.
You did very well tonight, Catherine. I was proud of you.
Something to give you. The key you gave me.
You have quite finished with it.
I'll never be in love again as long as I live. Oh, it makes me ache so. As if I'd broken something.
It is a difficult, sometimes an intolerable situation.
You're glad I'm back?
Yes. Yes, I'm glad you're back.
Achille Fool died 4 years later in 1867. Skittles returned to England to pursue her career with great success. She and Wilfred Blunt remained friends until her death in 1920. Wilfred died 2 years later in 1922.